Hello. I'm just at the airport waiting on my next flight to the next city. Here at New York's LaGuardia Airport, waiting to take the shuttle to JFK Airport so I can have a direct flight to LAX. A lot of traveling for a disabled person, so I'm sort of beat right now, but I was able to get footage showing that nothing goes on at Scientology Harlem. It's almost like they're a masquerade building. It's like Scientology is trying to impress people by their sheer numbers, when those sheer numbers are just 35,000 people. And to retaliate against people like myself and the people in the other cities that have been getting arrested, that's what they want to see, because they think that they're going to win this fight, but they're not. They're simply not. Our numbers are too strong, and the nationwide movement has begun. And whether you're part of that movement or not, you should be. I'm not high at all. I suffered a stroke a couple years ago, and I wish I was high. I am sleepy. Oh, it's okay. I get that all the time. People asking me, they say some crazy shit to me in my lives, in my alleged drug use, but there is no drug use. I suffered, first I had one seizure that knocked me out for 3 days. Then when I wake up from the seizure, I suffer a heart attack followed by a stroke. Then on top of that, I had 9 pulmonary embolisms. And if you know anything about PEs, they're deadly. And you don't feel them. So just but by the grace of God, something told me to go to the hospital those 9 times, or I'm not even supposed to be here. So this is my purpose for being here, to work with this cult, work against them. So I'll be alright. I'll be just well. But I guess the reason why you assume that I was high, I can't keep my head up. I'm in a wheelchair right now. Waiting for someone to push me to my shuttle to JFK Airport, because I'd like the get some better weather and help the people in California, because Steve has New York under control until I get back. New York is a big chore to cover when it's just two of us, and it's just the two of us covering the Celebrity Center, Scientology Harlem on 125th Street. It's just Steve and I covering West 46th Street. So trim your nose hairs. Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me that. It's cold outside. I was standing outside videotaping Scientology Harlem. Let me alleviate that problem for now and face the camera this way so you don't have to see all up in my nose or nostrils. Thank you, Lemmy. You are so cool, and thank you for all the people. It's a pleasure to meet you guys. Thank you for coming to my chat. I had the best time today covering Scientology Harlem. I didn't think anything went on there, because I don't think people in Harlem are gonna believe in an entity named Xenu coming from space and the Thetan theory and all of that other good stuff. I just didn't think Harlem would be the place for it. And your mom loved L. Ron Hubbard's book? Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. But at least it's good to be in Florida. I keep an apartment in Florida. That's where I just flew from this morning, as a matter of fact. But my main home is right here in New York City. Well, actually, in the suburbs of New York City. Oh, Ohio. That's what's up, Ohio. When I was a kid, I used to listen to this group called the Ohio Players. And boy, could they jam. Plus, Ohio has some of the funniest... That's where my friend Chappelle lives in. That's where Cat Williams is from. Steve Harvey. So, Ohio, thumbs up. But I guess I was looking so bad here at the airport. Police came up to me and they asked, "Sir, are you okay?" I said, no, I'm not. They said, what can we do to help you? I said, nothing. I took my heart medication. You could just let me rest in my wheelchair. Oh, Drew Carey. Yeah. Ohio. And like Aaron said, in his research of roller coasters, although I can't, if I were to ride a roller coaster, I'd break all kinds of bones. I have a real bad case of osteoporosis. I don't know if I look 56, but I am, and I have all kinds of ailments. Oh, Cedar Point. Yeah, that's what Aaron was talking about. Cedar Point. I'd like to come to Ohio to check that out for myself. Check that amusement park out. I couldn't get on Cedar Point's roller coasters unless I wanted to spend the night or 2 or 3 or 4 in the hospital, but I could get on some maybe kiddie rides. But I was really taken aback that they didn't even have anyone at reception at Scientology Harlem. So this movement, this nationwide movement, is working. Oh, I'd love to see that, Lemmy. I'd love to see that. Because although I can't physically ride the roller coasters, I would love to see someone with a camera, but I'd be afraid that the camera might fly out of your hand. Those things move, man. Back in my younger days, I used to ride roller coasters until one time they had to take me, the paramedics had to come and put Gorilla Tape. Okay, that's smart thinking. Very smart thinking. But what I was just saying about how disappointed I was in seeing Scientology Harlem building. First of all, they had a cross on the top of the building. And not only did they have a cross, they had absolutely no one there working. The signs that are outside at West 46th Street in Midtown, they're inside at Scientology Harlem. Because they probably fear someone might steal their sign. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at myself and I have one of these patches on for my flight to LA. I got my first class upgrade, and I put one of the patches in the back of my ear to make me go to sleep, basically, and not feel the motion sickness. You can wear them on airplanes, boats, things of that nature. But was anyone able to see the Scientology Harlem building and how jacked up it was? They didn't even have anyone working there to call the police on me. Nope. But I do think that Scientology, but they called the police on me before, so I was going to say they might have some compassion against a disabled man covering them, but they have no compassion. They're a cult. They'd like me to give them my money, which I would never do, in the name of Xenu. My money stays in the bank. We don't share with Scientology. We expose Scientology. Oh, well, it'll be up under my lives, if it's not already up there now. And I was able to keep the camera steady. That's another drawback from suffering a stroke. It's hard to keep things steady, but I'm living, so I beat the stroke, and I beat the heart attack, and I beat what a pulmonary embolism is. For those of you that don't know, I am a doctor, technically. I am a psychologist, but my main profession has been comedy writer. I wrote for The Tonight Show for 13 years, Jay Leno's Tonight Show. Wrote for The Chappelle Show back in 2020 or 20,000. Saying that Dave had a show in 2020 when he didn't have a show. But Dave lives right there in Ohio. He has sent this plane for me to take me back to Ohio, to his farm that he has there. And it's a very cool farm. Hey, Lydia. I'm good to see you. Thank you for coming. I just got back from Scientology Harlem, and boy, Lydia, was I disappointed in what I saw. They are a dying organization, and like Aaron says, they're going down, Lydia. But It is an honor to have Lydia Von Stretchclaw here. For those of you that don't know, she, I believe, has started her own channel, but she's one of Aaron's moderators. And I am honored. I have to touch myself, back up and touch myself, that Lydia Von Stretchclaw is here. Thank you, Lydia. Love you. And let's keep this movement rolling. I saw Aaron's video yesterday about the latest arrest. Let's fight these arrests because they're all BS. Yes, Lemmy, you definitely want to see Lydia's whatever she has to say. I'm always interested. She's always nice to me, so that's all that I could really say about her. She is always super nice to me, so I thank you, Lydia, for being so kind when you really didn't have to be. I still have to go to Columbus to visit. Will you live stream, Lemmy? Yes, we do. We all need to be kind to each other, Lydia. There's not enough kindness that's going around in this world. Not only do we need to be kind, we need to be supportive of each other. We need to listen to the stories of the people who had the misfortune of growing up in this cult and sympathize and empathize with them. Let them know that we care about them and that we love them and that we throw our arms around them to embrace them. Thanks for trying. I'm curious to see what they have going on there. No, neither can I. When I was standing right next to Aaron out in Hollywood, Lydia, and saw those corrupt police haul Aaron off to be detained, but we thought that he was being arrested. We were all worried about Aaron. Not only were we worried about Aaron, people like Serge was screaming out things like, they took our passports, talking about when they were children. And I almost started tearing up at Serge's words. And he said that we have the receipts. Well, Kelly Copter did the perfect video called The Receipts, chronicling Aaron, Aaron's false arrest in Hollywood. And you'll even see me in that video at the end, at the very end, walking around yelling, watching the police bulldoze me out of the way. Oh, what? You got arrested recording in a library after security assaulted you? The sickness is everywhere. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, anything. I'm honored to have you say anything positive about my channel, which is starting to grow. Thank you, Lydia. You are loved. That is really horrible, Lemmy. Well, seemingly they don't want us recording anywhere.